What is up, guys? It's Lesamos here. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying some of the YouTube content we've put out recently. We've had some music out for you. We've had some shorts out for you. And now we have something that's a little bit fun. As you may have known, unless you live under a rock, ONLYFANGS has been running for the last few months now on the new anniversary hardcore servers. And there has been a lot of random drama, a lot of random things going on. And let me just say, as far as it goes, it is working as intended. It has the whole internet talking about who did this and who did that and who did what. And to be honest with you, it's been getting a little bit too toxic for my blood. I, as someone who's starting to try to make his way on YouTube, have been so tempted to make reaction this, content that, this guy's the best, this guy's the worst. And instead, I chose to take a fun approach today. We are going to go over the character alignment of the members of ONLYFANGS. So, if you're not familiar with character alignments, they come from Dungeons and Dragons. And it really identifies the personality, the vibe, the way you play your character, right? So, we're going to run through, and we're going to look at character alignments for the members of ONLYFANGS. We're going to start off today on a positive note. We're going to look at our lawful good. So, when we look at lawful good, by definition, a lawful good player is someone who is orderly, principled, and systematic. Lawful good players are honorable, compassionate, and have a strong sense of duty. They act in accordance with the established rules and procedures, and they promote the greater good. As far as this goes for me, I have to say, it's going to be our boy Zaryu. Now, Zaryu, for the long haul, you know, where your opinions may lie, is he farming content? Can he come off a little bit inauthentic? I think that's some of the feedback people have heard about Zaryu, but my man is all about the spirit of the game. Since he's ever started playing hardcore, he has really dove in headfirst and just all about the spirit of the game. He's giving himself additional challenges. He is staying out of a lot of the drama outside of just being a React Andy. My man is just principled to a T. He goes outside, guys. He goes outside and like eats food that's like green and like eats like salad and stuff. If that doesn't make you a lawful good in the WoW community, I'm not exactly sure what does. If you have a six-pack and a family and you play WoW all day, you are a lawful good by default. So therefore, my man Zaryu is going to be in the lawful good, and that'll take us on to our next category. Next up is going to be the neutral good. All right, by definition, a neutral good character acts altruistically and does what is right for everyone, even if it means bending the rules or changing them. They're not strongly tied to any social order or law, and they prioritize helping others over everything else. Now, in his gameplay, this is not true. However, I believe, politically, in his run as the War Chief, Tyler 1 has done a very good job at being the neutral good. There's been a lot of legitimate real-world drama that has come across this man's desk, and I'm not going to lie. As someone who's followed Tyler 1 for a long time, just coming from like League of Legends rage and Smash and this and that and kind of being the toxic one, I think this arc for him has truly proved the reform status, and he might actually hate being put in this category, because I don't think his gameplay truly represents it, but who he has been as the War Chief, as Tarash Hellscream, my man's the neutral good. So, you're in the category, buddy. You're not getting out now, buckaroo. You're the neutral good. Moving on to our chaotic good. Now, the chaotic good. A chaotic good is an alignment that describes character or group who is willing to break the rules or challenge authority to bring out a positive change. Now, if you know this guy's World of Warcraft legacy, you might disagree with the fact that he's a chaotic good if you ever played on a 2019 PvP server. But in his gameplay, in his style, I am not gonna lie, the man Ampi is the chaotic good. You never know what this man's gonna do in a dungeon, but you know his group's gonna live. Is he gonna pull 75 mobs? Yeah, he might, but he's gonna kill them all, and everyone's gonna live. And when it comes down to it, he is willing to protect the group. He's willing to do what it needs to be done to get to the end goal. Now, he is certainly willing to break the status quo, ergo going nuke on the Lionheart Helm pattern and all of these things. He's certainly the influence of pure chaos sometimes, but all of it is well-intentioned and good. So therefore, as far as our good category goes to round it out, it's going to be Zaryu as the lawful good, Tyler 1 as the neutral good, believe it or not, and Ampi as our chaotic good. And I stand by this, 10 toes down. Next up is our lawful neutral. A lawful neutral is a moral alignment that describes character who follows a strict code of conduct to maintain order and stability. Now, who better to serve the role of the lawful neutral than the person who created the rules in the first place? And that is why, my friends, it's your boy, Soda Poppin'. He is potentially taking back over as war chief soon. We will see how that goes. There has certainly been a series of rules, a series of protocols, a series of structures in place to make sure that OnlyFangs succeeds. And by succeeds, I mean farms all of us for content. That is quite literally it. That's the only point of the guild. I have no idea if they're ever going to clear a raid, but it's been fun to watch. He's the lawful neutral. And again, it's so funny because sometimes their personalities in real life don't play into the personality they've been in the game. And this is one of those moments. I think Soda, you could say, is a chaotic entity as a whole. You never know what this guy's going to do. But in the guild, certainly been a lawful neutral. Which brings us to our next one. This brings us to our true neutral. A true neutral is a philosophical or fictional concept that describes someone who is both neutral on the good and evil axis of character alignment and doesn't strongly identify with either. Now, when I think of someone as a true neutral, I think they're everybody's cup of tea, right? You can't really look at a true neutral and say, that's not my type, right? I don't like that guy. I don't like what he's bringing to the table. He's not quite the man I'm trying to have around. The true neutral, everybody's cup of tea. And how can you not like Grubby? He has been such a treat for this run. Everyone has loved watching this guy play. Watching Grubby is like teaching your little brother to play World of Warcraft, except he never argues with you on anything. Like, he gets so into it. He's like your little brother that, like, you create the character and you're both level 6, and then you log in a week later and he's level 52, and he's like, I've been farming for a week straight. I've looked up every single thing to know about this game, and now I am the World of Warcraft master. And you're like, Grubby, dude, I just wanted to play, like, and we wanted to run Dead Mines together. What the heck, man? You're level 52. That's Grubby. Grubby dives so far into World of Warcraft in a way that just makes my heart happy, because as someone who loves this game so much and is making a character alignment chart about this game, to see someone else step into the game and take such a holistic and just dive all the way in approach, it just makes my heart happy. You could argue he's a good, but I think he hasn't really been around long enough to identify himself in the landscape of what this server is. So I think for now he's definitely the true neutral, and I'm so happy to have him in the community. He's been awesome. Up next, guys, is the chaotic neutral, and I'm going to show you who the chaotic neutral is first, and then read the definition, because you're going to be like, oh, he's not like as involved as all the other guys. He's not as in the drama and the politics and everything as everybody else. But once we see what a chaotic neutral is, I think you'll agree that this is the case. It's the man Grace for days. He had a terrible fresh, man. Poor guy has died a million times. And in this way has kind of found himself in this concept of he doesn't really care what OnlyFangs is doing. So I'll read the definition. The chaotic neutral is a character that describes someone who is individualistic, unpredictable, and values their own freedom above all else. If you want to argue that Grace for Days is not a chaotic neutral, please explain to me that while everybody else is farming Dire Maul North and making the most drama-related content ever, my man is leveling a warrior that cannot loot mobs, guys. He's leveling a warrior that is unable to loot mobs and can only get his loot from boxes. If that is not the most chaotic neutral thing you could possibly do, I don't know what is. He's my chaotic neutral, and that's that. We're moving on to the evils. And now, I want to make a caveat before the evils. This is not a drama channel. I am not saying that these people are bad people. I am just looking at how the server has gone and determining what role their character or personality in the scene has played thus far. I individually enjoy watching all of these people. So just because their character alignment is evil does not make them bad people. Don't clip it and ship it when I label them evil. Give this caveat first, all right? So, with that said, our lawful evil is going to be Pirate Software. How can you not? I'm so sorry. I don't want to get involved, but like, man, that is the most lawful evil response to leaving your group behind. And I don't want to get into the drama too much. At the end of the day, there was more he could have done, and there was more everyone could have done. But to get on your pedestal and just argue that everyone else, and like to immediately point at what everyone else has done and then not internalize and take any blame off the rip, that's a lawful evil thing to do, right? A lawful evil is an alignment that describes someone that uses a strict system or hierarchy for personal gain. So his aura, his whole, I've worked at Blizzard for 75 years, and I've banned 1 million people, and I will have not done anything in the wrong direction, and I am Pirate Software. That just screams lawful evil to me. And again, good person in the real world of life of things, in the world where we touch grass, good person. The way this good person has interacted with the landscape of World of Warcraft that we lived in, lawful evil. So Pirate Software is my guy. We're going to move on to the next one, guys. The neutral evil. The neutral evil can sometimes be considered the most dangerous alignment because it represents pure evil without honor and without variation, which means that we have consistently found ways to work around systems, to work around the rules. We've been consistent in our actions and in the way they have implications on our world. And this one admittedly took me the longest to find because, again, it feels bad to label someone as a neutral evil. But however, looking at the storyline so far, I have to say, it's Gingy, guys. Gingy has, now, while taking responsibility and serving his punishment, for sure, to just kind of blatantly be like, yeah, no, I cheated, right? Just blatantly, yeah, no, I wanted to get stuff for my alt. It is what it is, right? That level of just like pure action without fear of consequence tells me that Gingies are neutral evil. Now, again, this one's probably the most of a stretch on the category. Again, Gingy's great guy, but consistently across the space in World of Warcraft, like as a world first raider, you are going to bug abuse, you're going to exploit, you're going to do those things. And I think bringing that into this landscape gets you labeled as a neutral evil because you're gonna find ways around things without honor and without variation. You're gonna be very, very consistent in that process. So with that said, Gingy's gonna be our neutral evil, and that brings us to the last option, the chaotic evil. A chaotic evil values their own freedom and personal rights and believe that their own impulses are the best guide. They don't respect authority or codes of conduct and resent being told what to do. Now, the most chaotic evil of this entire arc, without a doubt, has been Peekaboo. Dude, this guy doesn't care. He doesn't care. I love it. I love that he doesn't care, but he doesn't care. Bro died at level like 59 twice. And has just been running it back, doing the most chaotic things possible. Bro is soloing everything in the game, zero disregard for any of what the goal of the guild is. But he's having fun doing it, and you never know what's going to happen when this guy boots up the stream. And I love it. It's been really fun to watch this go down so far, and I hope that you guys can take a look at this chart and see where I'm coming from with some of this. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far. Just a different take on the drama, different take on how to look at OnlyFangs as a whole. A little bit of different content out there on the YouTube space. To run through it again, guys, it's going to be Zara U is our lawful good, Tyler 1 is our neutral good, Ampy is our chaotic good, Soda Poppin is our lawful neutral, Grubby is our true neutral, Grace for Days is our chaotic neutral, Pirate Software is our lawful evil, Gingy is our neutral evil, and Peekaboo as our chaotic evil. If you like this video, guys, subscribe. We are trying to get the channel into a point where I can monetize this thing because I've been having fun doing it, and I like making videos on the side. So if you guys have enjoyed it so far, click the subscribe button. Comment down below what you guys have liked about this. Again, it's completely random, but hopefully you guys have liked it. And with that said, I'm out. Peace.